My name is Christine Faltz Grassman. I was reached out to by the emergency response team in Arlington, and they wanted a blind person to take their emergency response training and perhaps become part of the team. And this was an opportunity to give back, and I got certified. I'm now the third deputy coordinator of the Arlington Community Emergency Response Team.
An emergency response team are those people who are generally deployed in instances where there's a mass casualty incident, for example.
I've been involved in various conferences and letting people know that blind people can indeed do these things. Became certified in CPR and became a CPR first aid AED instructor.
Christine and fellow instructors set up for CPR training.
Anyone can help in an emergency, whether it's something at home or in the workplace, or whether it's a mass casualty incident.
Martin walks through the training area as students familiarize and practice AED exercises.
People who are trained, people who have information, people who know what they have available to them and can access it. Any of us can be helpful in an emergency, and that's what Braden and I are working and are so passionate about bringing to the table. I think it's really important to recognize that it doesn't always take a lot to accommodate somebody with differing skills or different abilities to become a partner, whether it's at work, whether it's at home, whether it's for something like this.
Christine on the floor with two students, speaking about using your fingers to feel the positioning of the masks.
We've recognized over the past few years, through the pandemic, through mass shootings, through the increase in wildfires and people being displaced, climate change scenarios, there are going to be emergencies, whether they're little personal emergencies or tremendous significant emergencies. The more people who know how to handle themselves in an emergency.
A student practices CPR on a mannequin.
That's fewer victims for emergency responders to get to, fewer victims for the hospitals. It also provides more help for those who are providing care and trying to get through. People who have these skills can make it easier on everyone. That's an economic advantage, that's a social advantage, and it also provides a certain degree of confidence.
A student practices recovery position.
For people who are not typically allowed into the sphere of community living and community assistance, people with disabilities, people who are marginalized for other reasons. If people recognize that we can be part of the community in helpful ways, people view us often as the ones who are helped.
A student gets familiar with an AED.
But we can be helpers too, and we can be full contributing members of society. There are ways that are not super expensive, that are not super work intensive to tweak these things, to make them accessible so that people can become fully contributing members in situations that are becoming way too common.
A student practices recovery position.
We need as many people in the community to be knowledgeable and skillful in these things as possible.
A group photo, instructors Braden, Martin, and Christine in the front row. Second row Blind Industries and Services of Maryland staff members, smiling as they hold up completion certificates.